They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Latitude went ahead and fixed it anyways. Today we are looking at the brand new Synergy climbing sticks. These are not even out yet. I happened to get my hands on them a little early, and I cannot be more pumped to open up this box and check them out. We're gonna run through the specs and the design and just get initial impressions. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Basically, for years, hunters have had to either go lighter, sacrifice climbing convenience, or climb safer and carry extra weight. With these, you kind of get best of both worlds. So these are their new Carbon Synergy sticks. First off, they look sweet, packaging solid. In the box, we have the instructions, our attachment methods, which I'm excited to even see how that all works. And then we have these. First impressions are that these things are super light. So I thought the Carbon Speed Series sticks were super lightweight. These are a full 3 ounces each lighter than those. I mean, this thing is just stupid light. So it seems like they have some type of stacking method. Let's see if we can pull them apart. First thing I'm kind of thinking about this is they nest perfectly integrated. And what I mean by that is they're not staggered, they're all perfectly flush, which is going to make packing on your backpack super nice. Curious to actually look at the directions for the attachment method, but this thing is dumb light. Just stupid light. And from what I can tell, it has a wider standoff distance than the Speed Series sticks. Speed Series sticks were kind of unique in the way that they have so much surface area up top. And this is going to be a little bit more of your traditional style stick that most people are probably used to, but nice wide step, good standoff distance, and it's the same height as the Speed Series stick. What a lot of companies do is they make their climbing sticks really short just so they can say that they're lighter, but these are the same step-to-step distance as their other sticks. Again, USA made, that's awesome. So these are going to be priced at $399.99 for a 3-pack and $499.99 for a 4-pack. So they're more of a premium version compared to the Speed Series sticks. But again, they're 18 inches long. These are 14.9 ounces per stick. The standoff distance is going to be 4.21 inches. They connect together. I mean, I can grab these and shake them and they're not coming apart. They have silencing included. You can tell there's like a little bit of a rubberized area right here where the sticks nest together. They are made in the USA and they have a metal-free attachment method, which we'll look at in just a second. What I really like about these is in the past, you had to decide what you cared about the most. Did you want a light stick or did you want to have a lot of foot room, have a comfortable climb? And this right here solves both of those. It's ultra lightweight at 14.9 ounces. It is the lightest stick on the market and without sacrificing both step length and standoff distance. You're gonna have a lot of boot room on here and ultra light, best of both worlds, which is really rare to find. It has this aggressive tread on the top, so that way if it's rainy, muddy, icy, you're not gonna be slipping off your stick. You're gonna have really good traction with your boots to make sure you have a safe climb and you're not sliding all over the place. And it has a very simple attachment method, which I will demonstrate here in a minute. All right, so we have our attachment method here, and all it is a piece of AM steel with a loop and a knot that's shrink wrapped. Takes a little bit of figuring out, but once you get it down, it's really, really simple. So we're gonna take this loop and just put it over that right there. You're gonna put it on the tree, and you can run this either way around the tree. I always do it clockwise. I start with it in my left hand because I'm right-handed. I wanna be able to tie the knot with my right hand. We're gonna run it around, I'm gonna get it back in my right hand, and right out of the gates, you wanna get the attachment method basically parallel with the ground. So I'm gonna get it to be about 90 degrees right here between the stick and the attachment method. And then we're gonna go around the front part of the attachment method that we put the initial loop around. So we're gonna go around that one full revolution, and then we're gonna come up and go through this split cleat. So now that's kind of locked in there. We're gonna go around the bottom of the cleat now, up, and then back through that gap again. And now that thing's set in, we can pull the stick down, and this thing's locked into place. It is not going anywhere. And again, we talked about it already, but I can already tell the width of the step is gonna be really nice, and the standoff distance is gonna give you a lot of room for your boots. I wear size 13 boots, and then I'm gonna have plenty of room to get up here comfortably. But that's a very simple attachment method. It's dead silent. There's no metal involved. So I think after a couple of reps of doing this, it's gonna be second nature, and you're gonna be able to do that pretty well in the dark. All right, and then once you're done hunting, you simply just do everything in the reverse. And then you can just wrap up your attachment method so it's not blowing around while you're packing out, and you're good to go. Everything's nice and tidy. You can go ahead and stack the rest of your sticks together, pack them out, then you're good to go. Before we actually get these sticks on a tree and do a full climb, I'm gonna show you how it looks packed on the Ranger 22 and the brand new Flyer pack. We'll start with the Ranger because that's what I've been using the last couple of years. So how I normally run mine is I put my platform down first, sticks go over top, and then I just take the horizontal compression straps and I run one over the top, one over the lower parts of the sticks, cinch them down. And I don't have a ton of stuff in this pack right now, but you can kind of get the idea of what that's gonna look like. I mean, still well within the frame of your shoulders, both width and height, so it's not sticking up. And that way you have both the shoulder pads and the waist belt to support the weight of all of your gear. So the Ranger series of backpacks is awesome. And then the brand new Flyer Pack's one I'm super excited about. It's ultra lightweight, ultra portable. I have another video outlining all the highlights of that I'll link down below. So what's unique about the Flyer Pack is they have these built-in torque straps, which is really nice. And then you have two different panels. You have this one right here that has the kind of the frame and support of the bag, and then you have this one that pops off and on, which is nice because you can open this up, put your platform right there, simply use this G-hook, and you can cinch that down. Now that platform is nice and tight. You can take your sticks, and the way I have it configured right now, there's actually a MOLLE panel, and you can configure this a lot of different ways, but I have these two vertical pouches. This is how it comes, and the sticks nest right in between them, really nice. And then you take these torque straps and you just go right over the top. You're able to cinch these down super tight, and they're gonna stay right in place. And if you're a minimalist hunter and you don't carry a bunch of camera gear and whatnot into the woods, this thing is pretty sweet. So now I can hike into the woods, have my saddle on, and I'm ready to saddle hunt. So that's how it looks on the two bags. Now let's actually hit the woods, get this on a tree, do a full climb. I'm really, really excited to actually try these things out. All right, we're at a tree. We're gonna do a full climb with the new Synergy sticks, see how high we can actually get with 4 of these sticks with the single step aiders that Latitude offers. But again, here's it with the Flyer Pack. This thing's freaking sweet. If you are not somebody who carries a lot of stuff, I can't recommend this enough. I'll link to this pack down below in the description. But basically what you're gonna do when you get to your tree, you're gonna undo these torque straps, and that's gonna release your sticks. Do that on both sides. Now you got your sticks out, then you're able to just pop this little panel out and get your platform. This is the profile, and then you wanna attach that back on. And then I always redo my straps just to make sure they're not gonna be blowing around on me. Make sure I'm nice and tidy in the tree. And then what I would do is I would take this carabiner, hang my platform right there. What's nice about these sticks is the way that they're held together, you can put all of them on a single hip when you're climbing. No longer do you have to split them and have one on one hip and one on the other. So I would put my first stick on the tree, I'd take it off, and I'd be able to put this one while I'm still at ground level. But then what I can do with the other ones is, instead of having to have some type of way to attach each of these 3 sticks to my hip, I can just put the one attached to my stick. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing is putting a little loop of shock cord on this one right here, hook it into this carabiner. Right now I'll just clip into the am steel, but what I'm able to do from there is when I get up and need the next stick, I can just pop the next one off, drop those down. I don't have to worry about bungeeing them back up like I was before. So I can go ahead and put this next one up and do the same thing. And then when I'm climbing down, I can take the stick off, just have the one attached to my carabiner, and then I can just go ahead and clip these back in. They nest right together. I can drop it, and I know that they're secured to my hip. So when we do this climb test, we're gonna put the single step aiders on each of these 4 sticks. And what an aider is it's basically a piece of am steel that allows you to get a whole extra step out of your stick. So this is a 2-step stick, 1, 2. We're gonna put this on the bottom, and it's gonna give us a 3rd step without adding any weight or bulk, and it packs down to essentially nothing. But you basically got this loop. We're gonna just put it around the outside of the stick, and then you got this little rubber cincher that we're gonna tighten up, and now that's on there. It's not gonna come off. We're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. We'll cinch that up. And now the way that you can tie this up so it's not blowing around is just take both ends, run it through that cleat. They still nest together just fine. So now we have all 4 of our sticks. We have aiders on all 4. And we're gonna go ahead and climb this beautiful tree. That's probably not the best example of a tree to use because there's no branches, no cover. We're kind of out here in the middle of the field, but since we're filming, we're just trying to find one that we can film really easily. So we got our 4 sticks, we got aiders in all of them. Let's see how high we can get. So again, just to start, I'm gonna clip these on my belt. Now we're ready to climb. So I can take off my attachment method and my aider. So again, here's our aider. So I want the bottom of the aider to kind of be at my knee height. I found that's a pretty good height to be able to lift your foot and put it in. So maybe just a touch lower than that. Then we're gonna run our attachment method around the tree, and then we're just gonna follow the steps that we outlined earlier. We're gonna go around this outer button, lock in the cleat, go under the cleat, and then lock it in again, and then push down. Now I'm gonna take out my alignment belt, but to use the aider, all you do is you put your foot into it. You wanna kind of be right in the middle of your foot and then put your toe into the tree. And now it's gonna support my weight. I can step up onto the stick and I'm good to go. Initial thoughts, lots of room on these big steps, both width and standoff. distance from the tree. So from here I can step up again. I'm already, I don't know, what do you think, 6.5 feet off the ground? And you probably can't see it super well over there, but I can just pop off one stick at a time. I can deploy my aider and take off my attachment method. And then we'll go ahead and deploy the next one. Same thing, I'm gonna kind of get it close to knee height. I haven't done a climb in a while. It's the middle of summer, so we're a little rusty, but that's all right. Lock it in the cleat, under, come back through the cleat again. Let me push down, and that next one's seated. So now again, I can get my foot in there and step up. And as you can see, it goes pretty quick. I'm stopping to explain what I'm doing. Take off the next stick, drop that aider down. We're gonna do the same thing, go around the tree. One thing you wanna be careful of is just make sure you're not crossing your attachment method onto your lineman belt. So you obviously have to go either under or over. You don't want to be overlapping. But what I can say about this attachment method on these new Synergy sticks is it's really quick and intuitive once you learn how to do it. Next stick is secured. All right, stick number 4, get that aider around knee height, all the way around, up through the cleat. Now that I'm on my last stick, I usually put my platform up another foot or so above the top step. I like to do it while I'm on the bottom stick just so I can reach. But I just pop off my platform, undo the friction strap, and this is the profile. So again, I'll put my platform about a foot above my top stick, kind of eyeball the strap, get it at a good width, cinch that down while the strap is parallel to the ground, fold that up, and then I can push down and really seat this. Now that thing's rock solid. I can step up a little bit more. And what I always do before I step onto my platform is attach my tether. Let's reach up there as high as we can. I'll undo my bridge and clip into my tether here. So now I have just redundant safety. We're double secured. I can kind of tighten that up and then step on to my platform. And now I am fully supported by my tether. So now I got this new flyer pack. What I can do to hang that, just take my lineman belt, clip it back onto itself. And then I got this free carabiner here that I can tighten up on the Prusik, pop off my pack. And I got it right next to me. I can hang my bow on this side and I'm ready to hunt. But now the $1 million question is, how high did I get? I wasn't stretching them out too far. Again, I wanted this to be a realistic climb. As soon as the cameraman throws me the tape measure, I will tell you exactly how high I'm up here in this tree. All right, let's see how high we got. All right, we are touching the ground and my feet are at about 18 and a half feet. Probably 18, call it. I mean, that's pretty solid. And again, I wasn't stretching these out too bad. I could stretch these out another 6 inches each and be up above 20. But for 14.9 ounces a piece, being up there almost to 20 feet is pretty dang solid. A lot of times I'm only running 3 sticks. I don't always use the aiders at all. Sometimes I'm only 1 or 2 sticks off the ground. But to be able to get this high with that light of weight, have them packed that well, especially in that flyer pack, man, I like that thing. I think these sticks are gonna be really, really solid for a lot of people out there. This is a bad stick. Whether you're a minimalist and you want to run something like the flyer pack here, or you're like me and carry a ton of gear into the woods with you, you no longer have to choose between being a minimalist or having a nice big stick. You get best of both worlds right here. Make sure you check them out.